Hey guys, welcome back to this week where I'm on Dayquil for most of the week, so I don't know what you're gonna get.
This has been a really good week. If you guys watched last week, you saw I was tired, I was stressed out, I was at the end of my busy season. This week, I am out of my busy season. I had space, I had the meetings I wanted to have, I had the interviews that I wanted to have. Everything about this week was freaking awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to watch it unfold.
And then I'll try to, as well, we'll get signage that's approved by them to go in the bathrooms about the appropriate hand washing.
We are 21 days out from Bliss. It's coming up really quick and we're in the final stretch. We're finalizing our roster, getting our swag bag donations coming in. We have a lot of packages, a lot of customer service emails, and we are also fielding questions about coronavirus. So, what's happening? Well, let me tell you. We are still having the Bliss Project.
Is it the...
I'll stand in there.
It'll be my birthday, so it'll be great.
I really can't believe it's your birthday.
And then let's just, Shayna, will you order, and I know it's on back order, but see where you can order maybe just a couple of the bigger squirt things.
We could also, does it need to be a particular, these are my pants. Ow! Ow!
No, I'll just see what. Hey,
whatever.
We're having a meeting.
So I woke up this morning feeling like I got hit by a bus. I feel like I have the worst sinus infection that I've had in a really long time. And we're about 3 days out from Fast Foundations right now. And I think what I find myself doing whenever I've had this happen, this is not the first time that this has happened, because when you lead a life where you are constantly speaking or you have events, you're not going to be able to plan around those things.
One of the questions that we get a lot is what happens if you get sick and you have a big event, or you're speaking somewhere, or you have a mastermind planned? And the answer is you somehow find a gear, you somehow find a way to show up unapologetically the way that they expect you to show up, as if you were healthy, and you don't make a big deal out of it. You do behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, you're panicking. Our dog, Waffles, who's like a child to us. Those of you that are dog lovers, you get it. Those of you that aren't, you don't get it. It's like a child. Died. I had to stay home from Event Love to take care of Waffles. It all happened so suddenly. Lori had to leave. It was 5 days in Arizona. I was back here in LA with the dog. And unfortunately, Lori didn't get to say goodbye to her child. And she still showed up. She didn't cancel the event. She didn't leave halfway through. She didn't ask somebody else to finish it, because there were people there that could have picked up the slack, so to speak, and finished it for her, but she didn't ask that of anybody.
I love her. She's in here. She's probably going to come sit at your feet today. And truly, she was a buddy to my team, and my brother-in-law. So anyway, they come in different forms. So thank you guys so much. I feel so much better. I'm also really, really, really honored to, or just not honored, I'm grateful to let you know that you can make it through anything. And I understand that it's a dog, and if you don't have a dog, you may not understand, and I so get that. And that's
Any other dog moms in here?
Okay.
You know, to prove that you are reliable, and for people to really know that you're always going to put their Dayquil, hold on, to put their needs first, especially when they're investing a lot of money that's really important to them, especially if it's a lot of people. So I think here's something that I know happens when you show up and you push through is that, you know, at Event Love, when Waffles had passed away, I didn't know how I was going to be able to show up in that room. And I just went upstairs and I said the longest prayer. And I was like, you know, if I have to be anywhere right now, at least I can be in service of these people. Let me just be used as a vehicle to help all of these women step into their purpose and calling, because this is what Waffles would have wanted anyway, is to see everybody happy and her mom happy, and you know, being able to serve people.
Brain fog or overuse or digital distraction or whatever the term would be over the last couple months of busy season. I almost feel like I got to rest my brain and allow it to recuperate again a little bit.
So you just have a little bit of brain fog right now?
I've got massive brain fog right now. I'm not thinking of thoughts as quickly as I used to for some reason. I'm not recalling things. I'm not talking quite as articulate as I used to. And it's like the words aren't there when I want to call on them. And I just think it's because I've got so many things on my mind at once that it's like having too many windows open on on your computer or on your iPhone. It starts to slow down. So I just think I've got too many windows open on for my operating system.
Are you maybe just getting old?
That could be it. Excuse me, sir. Sir, can I ask what your sign means?
I did some bad things that upset the public.
Yeah?
So this is my way of saying I'm sorry. I can't talk to them individually, but I really hurt my public. The community, I really hurt them with what I said, some things I said.
Can you share one of those things?
It's embarrassing.
No, that's all right.
That's I could do.
Yeah. I love that.
It's
Well, I want you to know the community cares about you.
thank you, sir.
So here's $500 to give you kind of a head start.
Wow.
Sound good?
That guy seemed really nice.
He was really nice. Like, do you see the reaction you get out of people when you treat them like a regular human and not like some bad decision-making scumbag like people look at them like? It took nothing more than an act of generosity to make him wave like a kid and smile, and I don't even remember what happened. I think he like got down and like put his head on my hand or something like that, which is, it took one tiny little act to bring out this happy, kind human from inside of him, which also shows you it was like right there and wants to come out. And most people go through the day, well, clearly most people go through the day judging him and causing him pain because he's wearing a sign that says "Community, I'm sorry." That's crazy. Doesn't matter what you did. You don't go around. You shouldn't have to go around wearing a sign that says "Community, I'm sorry."
So we have Work Wherever Wednesday, and I forgot to look at my calendar to see if I needed anyone at the house, because they were like, "Do you need anyone tomorrow?" And I was like, "I don't think so. We're good. You can totally go." And then we had podcasts, and the dog was going crazy. I had Zoom calls. I am working with some new sponsors for my podcast, and I had a bunch of intro calls with them. And you literally just have to make it work. I think that, you know, worst case scenario, I just tell people, hey, I work from home. It can be a little bit crazy here. Usually I'd say crazy bananas, but that's now very realistic.
Here's what happened though. We have Bliss Project coming up. And that means this place is like a shipping center. And when I say it's like a shipping center, I'm not exaggerating. 5 times, 6 times a day, pallets of boxes show up because Lori and her team put together amazing swag bags for all the women that come to Bliss Project. You literally get this swag bag worth, I don't have any idea how much, but a lot of money, full of really cool products that everybody loves because they send them to the house to go into these swag bags. So hundreds of boxes show up in the few weeks leading to Bliss Project. And during Work From Home Wednesday, when I had interviews scheduled and we didn't think that through, and Lori had interviews scheduled and we didn't think that through, and the dog is still a puppy that barks and has a mind of his own and we didn't think that through, And we had the taste testing that evening, and we didn't think that through. We had no team to help us. It was just literally me and Lori. And so every time I would get on an interview or a coaching call, the damn door would ring. Every time that Lori would try and do something, I would have to interrupt her because these damn boxes kept showing up. And I had to go up the stairs with these boxes and put them in storage like 50,000 times. And so I've banned work from wherever Wednesday until Bliss Project is done, because I ain't doing this shit no more. We had a taste test with some remarkable women at our house this week, and it went really well. These are honest, blunt women, and they also know what they like when it comes to alcohol.
Why?
Because in certain lights it looks very pink to me, and the pink looks a little more fakey to me, even though it's all natural.
Yeah, okay.
Than the orangey kind of look. So,
and it's way more Instagrammable if it's orangey too.
Yeah.
Pink can be a bit.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I literally have the perfect color. Like, it's the perfect Instagrammable, like.
Make you smell.
Smells good.
I really like smell.
All notes are good. I mean, like, everything that you.
There's a lot of depth to it.
It
You
changes.
it tastes different. That's what I was saying. It tastes different than the first sip as it's in your mouth and then it goes down. Aftertaste is good, clean.
I really like it.
Really clean.
That makes me happy.
So we had a taste test this week with some awesome women, and I think during the, I think even just 10 minutes before they got to the house, I was like, okay, so what if they don't like this? Like, what if it's like, we have 6 flavors. What if it's like can after can of waiting for something that actually tastes good? And I was like, you know what? I like it, and not everyone is gonna like it. And you just have to accept whatever that is. Like, you have to accept whatever people are going to say and then try again. Like, honestly, if they did not like it, I would ask for feedback why and have it be changed. So that's why you have a taste test. It's not like, oh, it's not that they're gonna like it, or I'm so bummed out they didn't like it. It was like, all right, there were some flavors that they wanted to see improvement on, and I totally agreed, and I loved the feedback. And it also locked in some of the flavors that we were obsessed with, that they were like, nope, no changes, this is amazing. But just like with anything, I always accept worst case scenario, and I let that play out in my head before it actually happens. So I'm always willing to play out worst case scenario and then accept it, because then there's no surprises and I'm not in resistance of something. I can fully show up and be like, I'm prepared to handle whatever comes my way.
To help create their client and user acquisition strategies. So what was that? Huh? What?
What am I doing? Yeah.
Slap down. There you go.
Take 4.